the man they should never have let go. For 17 years, Daniel Reyes walked the polished marble floors of Marwood Corporation, a company so vast, its glass towers touched the clouds. He entered this world as a junior analyst, quiet, humble, hungry to prove himself, and through sheer dedication became the invisible engine powering nearly every deal, every project, every success the company ever celebrated. He lived more in the conference room than at home. That room, with its long table of dark mahogany and its enormous windows overlooking the city, was the stage of his life. He prepared reports there before anyone arrived. He stayed there long after the lights dimmed. He closed contracts worth tens of millions for Marwood. Over the years, he generated profits of $8 million, then $12 million, then a record-breaking $20 million in a single quarter. Everyone knew, if Daniel touches a project, it becomes gold. Yet Daniel never bragged. He believed that loyalty was the foundation of success. He trusted people, especially Alex Hart, a man Daniel once called his closest friend. They started together, drank cheap coffee together in the early years, dreamed about promotions, about changing the company, about future success. But life has a cruel way of showing people's true faces. The betrayal. One ordinary Monday morning, Daniel received a message, conference room, urgent. He walked in with his usual calm confidence, only to find an atmosphere so cold it felt like winter had entered the room. Seated at the head of the table was Charles Marwood Jr., the arrogant heir to the corporation. Next to him sat Alex, stiff, polished, avoiding Daniel's eyes. Daniel sensed something was wrong. Charles Jr. cleared his throat. "Daniel," he said, "we appreciate your long service, truly. But the board has decided that the company needs new energy, new leadership. We no longer need your position." The words hit like a hammer, but then came the deeper blow, the real reason. Charles Jr. leaned back, almost smirking. "Alex is stepping into your role. He's family now." A pause. "He married my sister last month." Daniel felt every muscle turn to stone. Alex, his friend, his brother in hard times, had married the owner's daughter, securing himself a golden throne, and now he was being rewarded not for merit, not for effort, but for marrying into power. Daniel stood there, heart cracking quietly inside his chest. "So you used me," he said softly. "You used everything I taught you." Alex looked down, offering no answer. And the company, the very place Daniel helped build, simply discarded him as if he were an outdated file. No thank you, no goodbye, no loyalty, just a quiet shove out the door. The rise of a star. For days, Daniel wandered the city streets with a folder of old documents under his arm. The only things he took with him. He felt hollow, broken. Like 17 years of his life had vanished into thin air. But fate has a strange way of timing miracles. One morning, his phone rang. A deep, confident voice spoke. "Mr. Reyes? This is Apex Global. We've been watching your work for years. We heard Marwood let you go." A pause. "A mistake we want to correct." They invited him to their headquarters the next day. Their offer stunned him. Annual salary, $3.8 million. Executive privileges. Personal team of analysts. A percentage of company shares. And the most shocking, "We want you to become our new CEO." Daniel's voice trembled. "But why me?" "Because," the man said, "you're the kind of leader companies pray to find once in a lifetime." For the first time in months, Daniel felt seen, valued, respected. He accepted. And from that moment forward, his life transformed. Under Daniel's leadership, Apex Global soared like an unstoppable rocket. In just 9 months, their profits skyrocketed by $47 million. They expanded into 5 new countries. Investors lined up at their door. Articles called him the architect of modern corporate success, the man with the Midas touch, the mind Marwood lost. But success wasn't the only gift waiting for him. The woman who healed him. One evening, while reviewing documents on the 42nd floor, Daniel met Sophie Green, the HR director. She had warm eyes and a gentle smile that carried both strength and kindness. She saw past his success, past his stoic posture, past the polished suit. She saw the man who had once been broken, and she understood. Sophie brought light back into his world. They walked together through late-night city streets, laughed over simple things, shared dreams, fears, and hopes. She never wanted his money or status. She wanted him. And for the first time, Daniel allowed himself to believe in happiness. Together, they were unstoppable. The downfall of Marwood. While Apex Global flourished, Marwood Corporation crumbled. Alex, who married into the family, proved incapable of running anything. Projects failed one by one. Investors pulled out. Profits plummeted. Entire departments quit. Charles Jr. grew desperate, and at last, the truth became undeniable. Everything that had made Marwood great was Daniel. Without him, the company was nothing. One afternoon, Daniel received a call from an unknown number. He answered. A trembling voice spoke. Daniel, this is Charles Marwood Jr. We need you. Please, come back. We'll offer you double, triple, anything. Just help us. Daniel looked out his grand office window, at the thriving world he built with his own hands, at Apex employees who respected him, at the life he earned, at Sophie, waiting for him in the hallway, smiling softly. He spoke calmly. I gave your company 17 years. You chose someone who married your sister, and you told me I was no longer needed. He paused. Now I'm exactly where I belong, with people who value me, with a company that grew because of me, and with a future you never gave me the chance to have. And then, with absolute confidence, he said, I'm not coming back. He hung up gently, not with anger, but with peace. The end that felt like a beginning. Daniel continued to build Apex Global into one of the most powerful corporations in the world. He earned more money than he ever dreamed. Tens of millions, investments, properties, shares. But he didn't chase wealth anymore. He chased purpose. He chased respect. He chased love. And in Sophie, he found all three. Years later, people would speak of him as the man who was once thrown away and became the legend every corporation wished they had. Because sometimes the greatest victories come only after the deepest wounds. And sometimes the people who underestimate you are the ones who need you the most. But by then, you've already outgrown them.